Hello, I'm Marshall Blake. We all have stories about growing up, funny stories about times that we got in trouble and things we did, or things that our brother or sister did. And these stories often get repeated at every family gathering. Well, one such story is me and my brother. We were out in the machine shed, messing around with an old sledgehammer, and the head on the sledgehammer was loose. And Grandpa was talking to a couple of his buddies, and Grandpa told us to put it down. Well, I quit messing with it when he told us to put it down. See, I had my ass kicked by him before, and I learned my lesson. But my brother apparently did not. Well, after about the third time Grandpa telling him to put the sledgehammer down, Grandpa kicked my brother right in the ass. Now I tell you, Grandpa was an expert ass kicker. When he kicked you in the ass, you knew your ass was kicked. And I know it's not like parents today, and grandparents today, but yeah, he was a professional. I think he learned this ass kicking technique from his dad, maybe. But anyway, so my brother, he runs in the house, my grandma says. He slams the door. He's madder than heck. Grandma, what's the matter? My brother replies, Grandpa kicked me in the ass and them two bastards laughed at me. Oh, yeah, they love to tell that story. Every time they go in town to the bar or something, they'd be telling that story. The whole town knew that my grandfather kicked my brother in the ass, and then his two friends laughed at him. I went over to my grandma's one time, and she had this old poke fence. Actually, this was when I was younger, and she was babysitting me. Mom took me over there. She had this old poke fence, and real neat looking fence, and I was over there tearing a hole in the fence, and pretty soon my grandmother, she comes out of the back door. I knew she was in trouble. I instantly turned pale. She had a ruler in her hand. She broke that ruler over me 2 or 3 times, and when she could not use the ruler anymore, she took her shoe off and finished the job. She told that story everywhere. But I tell you what, I learned a lesson. I did not touch that damn fence anymore. You couldn't have paid me to touch that fence for $1 million. Oh, mercy. I remember one time that me and my brother, we got in trouble by Grandma in the house, and they had 2 couches, and one in each corner of the house, and, or in the living room, and she just had all she could take. So she goes out and she cuts a switch. Now, I knew how Grandma was when she got a switch, and I knew that we were in big trouble when she entered the door. Well, she started in on my brother, whipping him first, so I jumped from one couch to the other couch, and out the door I went. I left my brother for dead. And I did not go into that house again until Grandpa got home, and I made him promise me that if I went in the house, she would not whip me. She must have cooled off by that time, but she did not whip me when I went into that house. Another time I got in good trouble was we had a set of horseshoe stakes. Me and my grandfather loved to play horseshoes. And I was tossing these horseshoes up in the air, and I was catching them. I was good at it. I'd toss them way up there, and I'd catch them about every time, And Grandpa, it was his turn, so he was shooting his horseshoes, and I was standing behind him. I was throwing these horseshoes way up in there and catching them. One come down and hit him right in the back. Now, a while ago I told you that my grandfather was a professional ass kicker. He kicked my ass all the way to the house. I don't know how the man did it, but every step I took, I got my ass kicked, and I was moving. His long legs and my short legs made it possible, I guess, for me to get my ass kicked every step of the way. And then he told me to get up in the room, and I did not come down until he called me. He often told that story, you know. So count on this, guys. If you've done something, or if you're young and you do something, these stories are going to be repeated over and over and over again. That's right, you're never going to live them down. Well, you know, that's just some of the events that happened in my life when me and my brother were younger. And, you know, we were kids. We liked, I don't know, like all kids, we got in trouble. So, you know, I'm going to post this video on YouTube. If you guys want to post a interesting story about when you got in trouble when you were a kid, go for it. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of real life comedy that, you know, happened in my own life. Until next time, God bless you.